My wife never puts the mirrors and seats back after she drives my car. I think she does it to remind me that I'm married. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Daynator channel and another episode of Thrill-Billy's Project Poorvette. In today's episode, my twin brother Thrill-Billy tackles the hood cable release on his '85 Corvette and questions GM's engineering. Don't we all? Enjoy the video. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Daynator channel. So if you have a C4 Corvette, you have the infamous hood latch issues. Sometimes you just can't get the latch unlatched and get your hood open. I'll show you here in just a second why I'm having issues. But today's episode, I'm going to be replacing my hood latch cable. I can't remember how much I gave for that, maybe 40 bucks, I think. But it looks, from my investigation so far, it looks pretty straightforward to do. I say that now, but just wait till I get into it. Underneath the dashboard, I can pull the latch, and it's very weak, it's very stretchy, it doesn't feel like it's very solid, and I actually have to hold the latch open and use my other hand outside the vehicle and pull up underneath the hood while I'm pulling underneath the dashboard. I just don't get the pop and then pops up. So the plastic shroud around the cable is cracked in several places. They do have adjustments on the ends where the latches actually hit onto the body of the car, and I've got it maxed out and it's still not doing very good. So let's get to it. So here's my cable, and it runs underneath, kind of in front of the distributor to the other side, and then it just loops down to the firewall on that side. Comes around to this side. Got some of these retainers I'm gonna have to unbolt, and then it swings around. It's underneath here. You can see just how that's cracked and corroded right there. And then under here is where the other ends attach, and you just kind of see it. It's not solid. I'll pull it all the way to here, and then I have to like get it fully engaged in order to get it to even pop the hood. So there are some retaining clips on the firewall here. It looks like it takes a T15 Torx head. There's one more over here. Looks like I just pushed down on that. Easier said than done. Give myself some slack here. There we go. And so I got these off. So definitely the toughest part about this. These elements right here are just kind of pressed into a clip inside of it, and then you just kind of slide into a hole, and there's a slot for the cable to go through, and then it rotates and it locks them in. All right, so this thing is a pain in the neck to get out of the firewall. I just ended up cutting it. This new piece, where it fits into the firewall, it's got this big grommet. This is the side you see in the engine bay, and this is what goes in behind the firewall. Underneath the dash on the inside, this piece right here is between some kind of a bulkhead or something. It's really hard to describe. Let me see if I can get in here to show you. Where you can see daylight. That's some kind of like a fiberglass wall. And that round piece of that grommet is between the black wall thing here and the actual firewall. There's a gap. So that grommet thing won't pull out this direction. The grommet's too big to pull back out of the hole, and I couldn't shove it through the hole because it hits the other side. So I could not get that thing out. So I took a screwdriver and I just shoved it deep down into that hole. It's hitting right there. At most, it's out of the way so I can slip the new one in. But the worst of it is I couldn't get it out. I just had to shove it downward to get it out of the way so I would have clearance for the new one to fit in. So in short, you're gonna have to destroy the old one. Just shred it just to get it out, which isn't a problem because it was junk to begin with. All right, so now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna feed it through and get this thing done. I just really hope that this is a quality reproduction, because I really do not want to have to do this again. These are the ends that have to go through the firewall. I basically shredded this angled tapered piece off, and this was stuck between the hole and the bulkhead inside it. So it's not just a clean pass through, there's something obstructing it. And I just can't see nothing. Here's one. Will I be able to fit this other one in here when this is taking up the whole space? Probably not. How am I gonna do this? It'd be kind of nice to have this battery out of the way. The hole underneath the dashboard is only so big. There we go. They're both in, or through, I should say. Rubber grommet through that hole. That's gonna be fun. All right, so here's the new cable ends that I've got attached to my latch here. I'll get those done, and that way I can start laying out the engine side. These are hooked back in. This was a pain in the neck, and it was kind of cumbersome for me to get contorted underneath this thing to get it in there. All right, snag number 547. This is, I guess, just gives it some structural integrity inside this grommet. This diameter of plastic won't even go through this hole. So it's almost as if this whole cable has to feed from the inside in order for this to work. It doesn't seem possible that this can go feed from the inside to the out. It feels like I have to go from the outside into the in, but I can't because this piece of plastic is too big of a diameter for this hole. And this is all fiberglass, obviously, and I don't want to break it by forcing it in there. One eternity later. So I got it pushed through. I had to go in through the cabin, and it was not easy. Finally got it through. You see how chewed up that hole is up there where the cables are going through. I had to use a drywall saw because it was just long enough for me to be able to get in there and just chew away at the rubber cover thing that's in the way. It just boggles my mind. This has such a severe curve just to get to this one, and I don't like it. I gotta figure out how to get some of that tension off there. It's taking me what feels like forever to get just to this point. If I don't ever have to do one of these again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, he's right, you know.
But I'm pretty sure I've got it to where I need it. Just the rest of this is just putting it back together and getting the things tightened down. All right, I've been out here so long, I'm losing my daylight. Got the cable snapped into place. Got that into place. I've got my harnesses screwed down. Instead of going in front of the distributor like I did last time, I went behind it. Try to keep it as snug up to the firewall as possible. And then I've got it down there and snapped into the other side. I got a lot of spring action back in it because the plastic sheath is not cracked in half. It's keeping my tension is what I'm trying to say, which is great. But boy, this was a lot longer of a project than I thought it was going to be. If I didn't have that secondary little thing, cover, something in there that's kind of rubbery material in the way, I could have got this done an hour sooner.
Yeah, he's right, you know.
A little upset about that, GM, but I digress. I'm going to work on making sure that when I pull that latch, it's giving me enough movement so that this will pop open. All right, pulling the lever. Sweet. Not getting the pop though, so I don't know if my springs are wearing out. Well, there you have it. That's the hood replacement for a C4 Corvette. This is particularly an 85 model. I don't know if that makes any difference for the other ones, but the Dorman part seems like a quality unit. The hardest part and the most frustrating part was just getting around the GM engineering on this thing. It wasn't that hard of a job to do. It was just incredibly frustrating. When I pulled the lever, the hood didn't pop up. I still had to pull it up, but at least when I pull the lever, it rebounds back to its original position, whereas before I would have to push it back in. Anyway, it's cold. I'm tired. I'm ready to go inside and get something to eat. So hope you guys will enjoy this video. Check out the Danny Nader store for some merch. Consider subscribing. Hit that like switch. And like always, there's more content coming. So appreciate you guys watching. God bless. See you next time.